Hey there, film fans. I have taken over. She didn't know I was going to do that. This is Benjamin Bloom on the Goldy Loxx channel, and we have just been to see
David Brent, Life on the Road, which abbreviates to
LOTR. You're quite uncomfortable with this, aren't you?
Well, I'm not used to being interviewed, so this will be
I've
a
got
new
kind
one.
of pins and needles, so watch your foot there. Well, first of all, what's this film? What happens?
Okay, so David Brent, built up character from the early thousands, reality TV star. He used to work in a paper
merchant.
merchant.
Wernham Hog.
No, that's the American one.
No, that's what's it called in the American?
Dunder Mifflin. Okay.
Good shout.
Okay.
Where did that come from? The recesses of your mind.
I probably spent more of my life watching the American one at the end of the day because there's just so
Way
many
more
episodes of it.
Syndication.
We know we're both fans. We both watched both
Well, you
seasons.
knew it was called Dunder Mifflin, so you just exposed
Okay,
yourself.
well, clearly, geek girl here. But I think we've known each other 10 years. We both probably had the DVDs predating that of The Office, something that we definitely liked before we knew each other. And yeah, so he's now progressed from being the manager but now he's just a sales rep.
Now,
yeah, so there's that step back. But he's also still got this aspiration to bring back the band that he was once in, foregone conclusion. But obviously the old musicians won't come back. So instead he gets in some guns for hire and his buddy Doc Brown.
Indeed. His token black friend, basically.
Which is a recurring joke.
They did that in South Park, didn't they?
Yeah,
it's
called Token. Yeah. Which is obviously South Park.
Anna, what happens on tour? Why is it so bad?
Stays on tour.
Ka-ching. Well, why is it so bad? Because you said to me the music's not actually terrible, is it?
The music is not terrible. It's just Brent, isn't it? We're just used to. This is what Brent does. I mean, his lyrics are terribly offensive and cringy.
Explains every song before he sings it.
Yeah, you don't go to a gig and then you watch someone explain a song. We were talking about this earlier, and it's like there's
megastars can do that. You care, don't you?
No, but megastars can do it when they've got oozing charisma and are really well prepped by a PR team. My case in point is Matt Bellamy, who whenever I've seen him, he used to talk at gigs and he's been told not to, basically. I never knew what he was saying. And it's like, get on and play another song. Anyway.
What other characters did you like? We had some awful sales reps. We had potential love interest. We had one of your favourites from Charlie Brooker.
Oh, yeah. Fenella Kunk.
Fenella Kunk. Basically,
PR lady.
They're all just salt and pepper, awful people around the main storyline, yes?
I mean, Doc Brown I liked. He didn't step wrong, did he? He was a nice person, mostly.
He was a bit of a conscience,
there was the sound guy who I found an interesting character. If occasionally, questionably believable, but I quite enjoyed his character.
Was the film generally
the
believable?
Office characters, some of them, I liked the receptionist in his new office. Most of it was believable. There were some characters that weren't, was what we kind of felt, I think, wasn't it? There was one or two that didn't really sit.
When you translate something from TV to film, sometimes you just don't have the time to build up the characters and they have to go a little bit OTT, don't they? Do you agree? Not so much?
I don't think so. No, personally, I think if you're building a world, you want everybody to fit on that level. The way that world exists is that they are there's some realism to it. So I think you kind of want them all to be on that level playing field to some extent. And if anything, Brent is the caricature of the lot.
What emotions did you feel when you were watching this? How did it make you feel?
Mostly depression.
Oh,
for him. I felt really sad and worried for him.
It is hard going at times, isn't it?
I think that's something that Ricky Gervais does really well, though. I mean, it's kind of a niche. He's carved himself as this comedy, but with a real heart.
Derek
to
is
it.
Genuinely.
I haven't seen all of Derek, I have to admit, but that's mainly because I didn't have a TV at the time. But
did you feel empathy or sympathy or anger towards Brent?
Not anger. I never feel anger really towards him. I feel like I want to grab him and hide him and tell him that he can't do certain things and talk to him. I definitely felt empathy, lots of empathy, but mostly just fear for him and cringing. Yeah.
But it got you going.
I was really happy and sad in the last few scenes. I'm not going to give away the ending, but I was crying at the end.
So very direct comparison would be with the Alan Partridge, the Alpha Papa movie. How do you think the two stack up?
I'm not as big an Alan Partridge fan personally. I think that the difference is that Alan Partridge was never a kind of mockumentary character, and he never had this reality star thing, which is a dynamic I find quite interesting. What with, reality stars being modern day celebrities, basically influencers as they call them. I found Alpha Papa was more of a cartoon caper kind of situation. This was at least again trying with realism, and it was much more lo-fi almost. It was more ridiculous a situation. This was a more believable situation, and I personally enjoyed it more.
Okay, and do you recommend it?
I definitely recommend it. Yeah, I think if you enjoyed the original Brent, I know some people are a bit concerned and think that you shouldn't be coming back to a character so far down the line, but I've been really excited about seeing it. I really enjoyed it. I felt a lot of emotions. I was really engaged. It was a good length for me. There was never any dull points. I think that for David Brent, for Ricky Gervais, you see, I can't even, they're the same. He's said in interviews he could do this part in his sleep. I think that's very true. I think it's probably because there is some David Brent in everyone, and that's why he's so easy to empathise with. And yeah, I just thought it was really good.
Take it home.
Solid. Well, it's your turn. You take it home.
No, not as good as you. Go on. Do your sign up.
But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to this here channel, and maybe his channel too if you want to.